Okay, hello.
We're back.
We're back. Welcome to the first episode of 2014.
Back in business.
Did we ever leave business?
Did we have a week off for the holiday?
We did.
Well, we did have a week off because it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah, we took one.
Well, we're back now.
We're back now.
And, if you don't agree with the week we took off for the holiday,
of course.
I mean,
go fuck yourself.
You know,
right.
like that's what it is. It's
that's
just what are we going to do about it?
Right.
You know, we have lives.
I'm not losing sleep over it, Sal.
I'm not. I'm tired, but it's not because of that.
Not because of that. I am Brian Quinn. With me is Sal Volcano.
Yes.
This is the What Say You podcast. Award nominated, Sal.
I know.
Yes.
I just found out. Michael Zapsik.
We
tweeted something and the Stitcher Awards.
Stitcher Awards. That's right.
Let's win it. How do we do that?
This is how it works. Tell him Steve Dave won last year.
Are we up against Tell him Steve Dave?
Not in the same category.
Oh,
so
I was going to say, that's like an internal conflict for you.
Yeah, it would be hard to deal with that. I wouldn't be able to stomach that. What happens is you go to Stitcher. We'll go to our Twitter, at What Say You Pod, or at Sal Volcano or at BQ Quinn. We'll post a link where you can vote once a day up to January 13th for What Say You Pod as the best new podcast.
Best new podcast.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Cool.
And they send a nice award.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Somebody nominated us.
I'm happy just to be nominated. Did someone just said that like they nominated us?
What happens is listeners submit for their podcast to be nominated.
Oh, so this is actually listener submitted that we got nominated.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice. Still fuck you if you think it's bad that we took off.
Yeah.
Because I had to stand by my laurels, but It's also very nice of you guys. And so let's win it. So you can vote every day. And today being January 2nd, Thursday, also tonight marks the beginning of Season 3 for Impractical Jokers.
That's right, Season
10
3.
o'clock Eastern.
Yes.
True TV. That's going to be, we have 26 episodes and 5 specials in this season.
That's right.
So you're going to have a boatload of stuff, and that's going to be on. So vote every single day.
Yes.
Don't make any excuses. Probably once you do it the first time, you probably get like what you have to do is probably like going to take 5 seconds out of your day.
Right.
If all of you vote every single day for the next 11 days, do you think we have a good shot?
I think so. Yeah. I think we can take it.
Who are we against?
I don't know. I didn't look. I don't even want to see.
Yeah.
Because they have no shot.
They're probably like actually like really good.
Like NPR and shit. That's okay because it doesn't matter. It's a popularity contest, Sal, not a quality contest.
Oh, well, that makes me feel great about it then. Yeah. So if we win, it's just because we asked enough people to vote for us. It has nothing to do with the quality. And if we lose, we didn't have enough people to even vote for us.
That's right.
So it's a lose-lose.
Right. So this is going to work out well for us. I've been sick for 2 weeks straight. We have 2 weeks off.
Yes.
And I get sick the first thing that happens.
And you've been sick from the gate.
From the gate. I've been sick all entire last week. Now, this week, I finally start feeling better. My broken tooth gets infects all my sinuses. As soon as we're done recording here today, I'm going to get a tooth pulled. My sinuses rearranged. And bone chips put into my jaw.
What do you mean your sinus is rearranged?
Because apparently, there's a sinus, right on, so they have to move it and cut it around. It's horrible.
Let me ask you 2 questions.
Yeah.
Is this the tooth that flew out on TV?
No, that's already got an implant.
Okay. And my second question that I just mentioned about the 2 questions is, you're close to me. You're 3 feet from me.
Mm-hmm.
You know about my immune system.
Oh, you can get it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, should I move away?
I think it's you.
I get sick. I'm sick 6 to 8 weeks.
If you were going to move away, I would have done it already because you're probably already.
It's airborne in this house.
Yeah.
Are you on medication?
I'm supposed to be taking antibiotics, but I haven't taken them.
Why?
I don't know. This is not cool.
I need to know right now.
You're fine.
What?
You're fine.
Okay. Are you sure?
100%.
You would know this, right?
I know this.
You hear that? You just went. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get sick.
So they played the radio show last week. How'd you feel about that? Versus.
Oh, I listened to it.
Yeah.
And we were much more subdued in our conversation. And it felt like we were laying down. But it was fun. But it was long. But it was fun. And I found myself I did not fast forward through the songs.
No.
No, I listened to them. I thought it was cool. I think we revisited a couple things that we talked about way back then, like on the Tenderloins podcast or on this podcast, but maybe not as in depth because we really went into the Thunderdome stuff.
Right.
And I thought it was fun. There was no, it was really laid back. There was no like, you know, it was just really felt like just like a fly on the wall type of thing.
So you liked it?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I think the response has been pretty good.
It was us before we had the TV show, right? Like we did that before.
Yeah.
So it's just...
Yeah.
Somebody had mentioned that it was good to hear to their ears that we sound pretty much the same now as we did before the TV show.
I saw that, and
Right.
I acknowledge that mentally.
Right.
But I also then wondered what that means. Like, what would I sound like right now if I was affected by whatever? Like, you know, like, would I just be more arrogant overall? Is that what they meant?
Yeah.
Or would I just?
Well, maybe there
about...
would be servants fetching you glasses of water.
But for real, let's say, what do you think? How would we? If someone, let's say someone was like, they've changed. What would that be? You think? Just our overall attitude.
The things that we talk about,
like if we all
same.
spoke like Murray.
Right.
Okay.
Right. No, like the thing.
Hey, listen, Murray. That's not even a shot at Murray. Murray will tell you that himself.
Well, he took shots at us.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I believe shots were taken at us.
Really?
Yeah. On
the Tenderloins one that we couldn't make.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't listen to it.
Yeah. So
nor will I ever. I heard it was like a really cool hour about Murray name dropping.
Was it?
I heard that he talked about who did he talk about? Rosario Dawson.
All right.
And then someone else, maybe Joey Fatone.
Fatone.
And then I heard he talked about, like, I just heard he just talked about, like, a lot of, like, run-ins with celebs, which I think would be how you would change if you 3 years ago. So maybe that's what they meant. So.
Maybe you have that example that you were desperately looking for.
But yeah, so that was that. So I have a list of things to talk about.
Yeah, you got some? Yeah. Well, do you want to bring in?
We've been keeping a secret.
We have.
This whole time we've been keeping a secret.
Right. And it's not Nugget.
No, it's not. Although Nugget wish he back. Nugget waiting.
Wonder when he back on show.
Nugget have Twitter. Nugget see demand. Why Nugget no back on?
Nugget not blind to Nugget's own popularity. We do promise an all Nugget episode coming, right?
We're supposed to do like 2 episodes ago, but you got to understand, right. He's a hard man to pin down.
Yeah. Next week, plenty of Nugget, right?
Next week,
Nugget Central.
Nugget Central. I mean, we will not. We'll do like Daniel Day-Lewis. We'll be a Nugget character,
right,
for 1 hour.
Oh, I love that. Oh my God, you want to do it?
Oh, I don't know if that will like just lose us our whole audience though, because people think like a little bit too much sweetness is too much. Maybe too much honey, baby.
We can give it like 15 minutes mini podcast.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe Nugget will have a mini podcast thing. What is it? Too much something ruins the.
What if we did
too many flies?
Nugget News, where he read the news.
Okay.
And commented on the news.
And from his point of view.
Yeah.
I like it. We'll get a couple papers.
Yeah.
And you get one, I get one. We'll just flip through it. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Next week, Nugget News.
Okay.
And then, so we weren't able to do the Fast and Furious this Christmas break because I've been sick. I've just been unable to even watch TV, but we will get to it. And I had a thought about, because you had brought it up to me, Sal. You were like, well, aren't we going to do it as like a charity thing? Right? I had said that. We said, I figured what we would do is this. Instead of putting it on us to handle all that money, because you don't want to, as we know, what we're going to do is we're going to record it.
Right.
Put it up with a suggested donation to his thing. So we'll put it on them listening to be like, hey, if you're going to download this and listen to it, make a donation to Paul Walker.
So we won't say X amount.
That's right.
And then they give what they want. If one person's feeling generous, they can give $5 or
sure.
$10, and then there's going to be complete scumbags that give nothing and listen anyway.
Pieces of human shit floating through life.
That are listening right now.
That are listening, and you know who you are.
If you're going to go download that podcast that's supposed to go to Paul Walker's charity and you're not going to donate a red cent, go fuck yourself.
Right. Or vote for us in the Stitcher Awards.
And then as soon as you're done fucking yourself, just click one button. That's all it takes, really.
And also vote for... What's that?
Joy, shut the... You hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
It's my heat.
Yeah.
Shut it?
Yeah, kill that. Okay. And then... But also vote for Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I Sell Comics is up.
No way.
Yeah,
It's awesome. Oh, my God. It's so many. It's all in the fam.
Yeah, and then Smodcast and Fat Man on Batman, too, which are two of Kevin's. Which probably don't need help from us to win that
Guys,
award.
please, if you can, please vote for Kevin Smith's podcast. He needs a Stitcher Award. Seriously, he does not have enough accolades yet.
Yeah, we will. But you know what? He is a friend, so let's try and help him.
I'm being
I know you are. No, I know you are.
Yeah.
I was just continuing the thought.
Yeah.
So we might as well say definitely vote for them as well.
If you're going on there, vote for all of us. It's a popularity
It
contest.
just sounds ridiculous for us to say vote for Kevin Smith.
Right,
That's all we mean.
Yes.
Okay, but we do have guests today of the non-negative variety.
That is the big secret that we've
Yes.
been keeping from you guys. You guys just think that you knew everything that was going on right now.
Yeah.
Like we were just having a great time already.
Right.
It's about to get better.
Now you're sitting there looking stupid. Stupid look on your face.
A bunch of assholes listen to this thing. We have with us,
Go ahead, Sal. Bring him in.
first and foremost, dear friends. Second, comics. Third, staff on our show.
Yes.
And I'll say fourth, musicians.
Sure.
And then fifth, sons.
Right.
And then sixth, a brother and brothers.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, you have a brother and a
Seventh, I think they're at UCB and some in troops too, right? At least one of
well,
them.
one.
Right.
And then eighth, they're like Homo sapiens.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's eighth?
Yes.
That's eighth? Oh, God. First of all, that was the first thing I said was, that's eighth? On the podcast.
So
I still haven't even been introduced yet. It's been so hard to not talk for 11 minutes.
We have with us Casey Jost, who is the head writer of Impractical Jokers.
Hello, assholes.
And comedy producer, however you want to call it. That's Casey. And then we have Joseph Imbergio. Joe Imbergio, also known as Staten Island's Bad Boy, is also a writer on Impractical Jokers and now a writer on our new show, which is tentatively titled Jokers After Party, debuting in 2014.
Go fuck yourselves, everybody.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
And a lot of you ask who sings the song that we open and close our podcast with. That would be Casey Jost.
It's my band. It's Les Vinyl.
Sure,
So I don't want to take all the credit.
Well, you're saying
who
you're
wrote
singing.
it?
You're singing.
Yeah.
Who wrote the song?
Me.
Okay, who sings it?
Who sings it?
I do.
Who formed the band?
Whatever.
Who's the lead singer of the band?
I am me.
Who writes the music?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
So
Whatever's next.
You wrote the song.
Right.
You wrote the music.
Yeah.
You sing the song.
Uh-huh.
But you don't want to claim it as
Well,
yours.
it's not just if you're listening to that song. There's other instruments on it that other people play. I mean, I sat there and taught them everything they know. But
They're awesome. They're all of our friends as well, and that's Jen Miller and
Pat
Mike
Given.
Carlo
Yep.
and Pat Given.
That's right.
And then we have Joe here, who's also in one of my favorite bands ever. Well, was in one of my favorite bands.
I was in that band too.
Oh yeah, Casey was too. Wait,
No,
Joe's
not
in like
the good one.
you're in like. Tell me this is the truth, right?
Yeah.
Are you write on the show?
Yeah.
For us, full time job. You are in eight bands. Is that right?
It fluctuates between 5 and 8, yeah.
And that's you're playing and practicing and rehearsing with them all the time.
It certainly
You
feels
guest
that way.
star with bands. You played with like Kevin Devine.
Yeah.
Kevin Devine last week or whatever. Right?
Yeah, that was a good one.
And you guys were in well, let's just say this. They went to our high school as well.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Farrell
right.
Brothers.
That should be first. That should have been the first one.
High school brethren.
Farrell, yeah.
Via Fidelis. That should have been it.
The Faithful Man?
Faithful Men.
Yeah.
Maroon and gold running through our blood.
But you guys went a decade after us. Right? One decade.
Well, he's a straight decade. I'm 9 years.
I'm a straight decade.
We were out of school. When you went, I was out of college and in the workforce for 5 years.
That's right.
So and now you're at the exact same position I am in life.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing. And then just a shout out to Paragraph, which is the band you guys were in. That's one of my
Casey and
favorite
I,
bands.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So now that the
What a
intros are
backstory.
done,
You're right.
let's see what you guys have to add. Say
Yeah.
something.
What say you guys?
I'm going to give you guys a present. I'm going to start it off with this.
Bribery.
I got little presents for you guys.
Robert will
and now,
get you everywhere.
And now this is actually for
Wow.
Joe.
Oh, wow.
This is for Joe.
Cool.
Wait. No. This one's for Sal.
That makes sense.
This one's for Sal.
It's Jaws.
That's right. This one's for Q.
Oh, Ghostbusters. What is this?
And this one is for
Oh, I
Joe.
love dinosaurs.
Oh, wow.
So this guy, I stole this from a shoot This guy Scott
recognize you.
C made them, and I took them from a.
You stole it?
Yeah.
That is cool.
What they are, they're paintings. They're like watercolors.
Yeah, they're like really cool watercolors.
Famous villains, arch nemesis.
Yeah, there's like well, we'll put a picture of it up on what's a pod.
Yeah.
They're watercolors, real sort of rudimentary, but not in a bad way.
Right.
Of Jaws.
Is that supposed to be
That's Schneider.
Schneider,
Roy Schneider,
yeah.
Talking like having what appears to be a happy conversation.
He's
with
asking
Roy
him to
Schneider.
smile.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah, so we should. I mean, also on the website, we should like shout out the author. I'll find
Scott
the
C.
author, the artist, Scott C. I got to figure out his full name. I think I
Okay.
know someone who would know.
Scott
And
C.
we'll-
Awesome. Oh, and that's Newman.
That's it's Dennis Nedry versus
Right.
the Dilophosaurus.
Oh,
Which-
that's
yeah.
sorry. That's a special skill that Joe has. I should tell you about.
What?
Joe knows everything about who was in what movies and the character actors' real names. I mean, to a degree that's ridiculous, like a Rain
pretty
Man
good.
thing.
It's like IMD Bergio.
Yeah.
Cool. And I have Egon and
guess
Venkman.
Venkman, yeah.
Yeah, with that hairline with Slimer. This is great.
Yeah,
Thank
a
you.
little, thanks for having us on the show. Thanks for always
Yes.
being so supportive of us, like giving us jobs for 3 years.
Thank you.
For me, at
Yeah.
least. I mean, you've employed me for 3
I
years.
like that you
Sal.
committed a felony
Yeah.
as
In a
the
way.
gift.
Anytime.
Yeah, you stole those.
I love
Okay.
stealing.
I actually also brought something to the show. This is
Okay.
my first podcast actually participating in. So I brought some pictures,
Okay.
some photographs.
Okay.
This is a picture of the Bayonne Bridge.
Okay.
Some more.
Now these are yours, or these are the old man that just got killed or something? Tell him the story. What is this now?
Wait. Why did you bring photographs to a podcast?
I thought we could talk about them.
Wait a second.
People listen to pod.
Look, there's more
And
pictures.
for this nugget got bumped.
Look, it's a couple of pictures of trees. I mean,
Shove-
don't you guys think that's interesting?
Shove the trees up their asshole.
Well, so there was this war veteran named Mac. Really nice guy. He had Parkinson's, and he lived upstairs from us in my apartment
On DL?
on Daniel Terrace. Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't. No, okay.
it's okay. Well, it's a long block.
Okay.
It's a terrace. It's a whole terrace. So
Ambassador building, right?
that's right. Apartment 3J.
So it's still there's still a lot of people around that building. But who's really who's on the second floor?
It could be. There's 6 floors.
Yeah.
So
The second floor.
What,
is
also letter D? I mean,
right, 2D. But no, so he was a really sweet guy, and he passed away recently, and like we just that they were giving out all the stuff, the people that were cleaning out his apartment.
who was giving that? Marshals?
Right.
No, some other neighbors that I kind of took it upon themselves to take his things. I think.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
looted his
Essentially, that's what's
A
happening. Yeah.
war vet died, and
he didn't
the
have
neighbors
anyone.
in your building looted his apartment.
Yeah.
And you have some of that booty with you.
Wow.
Which is pictures of the Bayonne Bridge.
I mean, were they running out with like 13-inch televisions and VCRs?
He was a hoarder. They got a lot.
Did it look like
They have a
LA
74
riots?
Plymouth they're driving around now.
They took his car.
Yeah.
You have to officially pass a deed over.
for a car, for sure. Not for like an Xbox,
I don't know.
but
There's all sorts of illegal activity going on in your building right now.
Yeah.
He has no family or loved ones?
No. It's terrible.
Aren't you supposed to donate that to like an estate? And then that get, like if anyone ever wants to claim it in his lineage, or they donate it?
Presumably.
So you straight up looted
I didn't.
a dead war veteran's house.
No, this.
So tell me, no, I'm looking at the loot.
Well, this is. I mean, what am I going to do with? These are just memories of the guy. I love the guy.
That's more.
No,
It's
no,
like
no.
Inception. They're
No, but
they're stealing his memories.
I mean, take the fucking microwave, not his memories.
They already took the microwave. No, but we're putting the photos together and remembering his life. We didn't really know what this is a nice thing.
Wait, you mean like you're piecing together his life like a private investigator?
No, just like
in remembrance, in memoriam.
in memoriam. Yeah.
you have 8 pictures of the Bayonne Bridge in front of you.
Well, these are the outtakes.
Yeah, like what? Like his life by the Bayonne Bridge. Like what
He's
is?
had a very mysterious life. I mean, look at this. Some.
What is that?
Whoa.
Is that nudity?
Yeah.
Here we
Holy
go.
Shit. What? Wait, is
It's
this
just
wait,
an
hold
ass?
on a second. Is this a woman or a man?
We'll never know because he's dead. I can't ask him.
So
This looks like a aboriginal figure. Like, is that a sarong?
According to this, it was taken on July 4th, week 1984.
Whoa.
the annual rainbow gathering.
This looks like a man's
A rainbow
naked body.
gathering?
Yeah.
So he's a homosexual.
No, he wasn't. He had lovers, women lovers.
But
Wait, does that not look like a man's naked body?
that's how man's
It looks
hairy...
like Conan
that's
the
how-
Barbarian.
That's a mulleted man's hairy ass.
Well, you know.
No, but you're making
who's to
that
say?
sound not good. This looks like
Who's to say?
you're making that sounds gross. If you say a mulleted man's hairy ass,
But that's what it is.
it's not. This is literally a hairless tan specimen with long locks. It's not a mullet. It's long hair.
There's a whole. I have a whole.
It's
bag
a man,
here
though.
full of.
It's a man. Yeah,
That's a
but
chiseled back.
yeah, it is. That's not. Show.
So I'm glad these pictures that I brought to the podcast are a real hit.
Okay, here's a half frontal. This guy has a beard. This chick that you guys
It was
are
the
all like,
Rainbow Festival.
Is that him?
this chick has
No,
a beard.
no.
So this
Wait,
gentleman-
that's not him. So he's this naked man that is naked. He's alone in a field, like just reflecting. So you're telling
Yeah.
me that's not him. So he's running around taking pictures of the bridge and then snooping up on guys naked in the field reflecting.
Well, I'm sure it was consensual to a degree.
I mean, this is a hippie fest. These are
Yeah.
what we're looking
He
at
lived a
here, dear listeners, is Joe. I can't believe you pulled off a home run of this magnitude, bringing photos.
We're looking at someone who's a war veteran.
A war veteran
Who's not with us
who had
any longer.
Parkinson's.
Yeah, great guy. Great guy.
Well, all right. You don't have to say that when I say
I
that
just wanna
Parkinson's. I mean, Parkinson's doesn't make you. It's not punishment for being a bad person.
You're right.
Yeah, this isn't like
But in addition to that, he was a sweet guy.
But we are getting a glimpse into his life right now.
Now here, what appears to be a giant hippie festival in a field with teepees, naked mulleted men, and then here is a guy pushing a bike. He's wearing a top hat in the middle of a field,
Oh, this is some
and he has
LSD
all his
shit.
possessions
Yeah.
strapped to a bike.
Oh my god, that's straight up hip. Oh look, there's a naked woman.
Where?
There's a naked woman right there wearing a fedora.
Oh, I need to see that.
Oh shit!
There's nudes.
Oh,
Look, who's that? Is that
I
him?
need to see a pair.
Oh, look at that!
I gotta
There
see
he
it.
is. Here's Mac. Is he wearing a sun visor?
Yeah.
Here's Mac in a sun visor.
Look, he loved cats. He loved animals. He was
Old Polar. This looks like something like when they cleaned out Kevin Spacey's apartment at 7. This was the shit that was like found.
Yeah.
There were a lot of pine flavor.
What a letdown if the movie was like, "What's in the box?" and it was just these pictures.
Just pictures of like
Well, look,
tits
he
in
had
a field.
really good handwriting. Really good handwriting. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Is this still going? The annual Rainbow Gathering?
I should find out.
It's like, no, they changed it now. It's called the Gathering of the Juggalos.
And biennial.
Hold on 1 second. Annual Rainbow Gathering. Let me look this
He
up.
has
Yeah.
really good penmanship.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, is it rainbow as like a with like a homosexual context, or you think it's just like it's pre that? I mean, that was first
in
but-
the 80s.
When did he?
I think it's pre that.
when did
84, I
he-
think it
when
was
did
pre
he,
that.
pass on?
Nobody really knew. It was like 2 months ago, and all of a sudden,
That's
like,
why
we
he just
stopped
hippie.
seeing him around. It was just kind of like he disappeared. You know,
Did he live a full life? I mean, was he older?
He was
Oh,
in the 60s,
shit,
maybe
boys.
70s.
60s.
We've stumbled on something here.
Okay.
The Rainbow Gatherings are temporary intentional, not international, are temporary intentional communities held primarily in the U.S. and Europe in outdoor settings and supporting and practicing the ideals of peace, love, respect, harmony, freedom, and community as consciously expressed alternative to mainstream popular culture, consumerism, capitalism, and mass media.
So a bunch of people went into the woods and smoked weed.
Yeah,
Rainbow
Burning
Gatherings
Man.
and the Rainbow Family of Living Light are an expression of utopian impulse combined with bohemianism, you know what that means, hipster
Art.
and hippie culture with roots clearly traceable to the countercultures in the 1960s. Relations with law enforcement are frequently an issue. Media coverage is often unfavorable, focus on drug use, nudity, assaults, fugitives, serious trafficking charges, such as drunk driving, and countercultural aspects of the assemblage. Nevertheless, the gatherings have proven durable and international phenomenon for over 40 years.
Wow.
Oh, well, I'll tell you one thing. You just told me he was a war vet.
Yeah.
So how is he on this hippie peace tip now?
A lot of
happens.
veterans get into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was always
sure.
very-
Oh, yeah, I saw Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah.
You have it on Blu-ray, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So we got to go.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
Oh, we should go in Mac's honor.
We should.
Yeah.
We should go in Mac's honor and bring the pictures and show
We should do
You're
it.
right.
That's
You're
right.
When is it? And where is it? Because if it's far, I'm not really going to go.
Yeah. I'm actually busy whenever it is.
I'm free.
The 2014 Rainbow Family of Living Light World Peace and Healing Gathering will take place July 1st to 7th, 2014 in Nevada or Utah.
Or Utah.
They got to figure it out. So
It sounds like.
Cool
Wait,
point.
would you say that sounds like your kind of thing? Like, I feel like we'd be going like ironically, sort of, or like we'd be going to see.
No,
what's
I
like-
would not be going ironically. I would go.
You would not be going at all.
Yeah, no, I would go with an open mind.
And you'd go for it. You'd like
we
go all
gotta
out.
go.
Hell yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta take this man's pictures.
We could go. We could go. What do you sleep in a teepee?
It looks like you're sleeping some sort of
But
bullshit.
those are real teepees. So how does that happen?
I think you probably could bring a pop-up.
This
tent.
was literally, these pictures were taken literally 20 years ago in 84. So
Oh yeah.
it's 20
Yeah.
years since.
20 years.
Do you bring a teepee or do you arrive at a teepee?
I'm
I'm
sure
pretty sure you're
could
gonna bring one.
Yeah, you bring it. You make it.
You bring a
BYOT.
teepee? Did you see those teepees?
No.
They're big teepees.
It seems impractical. I mean, a tent would suit just fine.
Well,
Right.
yeah,
So why were there
I mean,
teepees?
I just
think
gotta-
They probably went to a place that had teepees.
Maybe it's
They
for that.
also might have been like encouraging like Native American lifestyle.
I don't know, guys.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
Like that was part of the hippie
Yeah, they probably had
movement.
dream catchers and all that.
Yeah.
This looks like a
I've seen the
lot of disgusting hippies.
Yeah, I bet it's changed for the worse since.
Oh yeah, you got to remember, we're not going to go there and be with the people in these pictures. We're going to go there and be with kids now,
Right.
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Like kids now,
Or old or really old people.
right? Either way,
Yeah.
though, count me out.
Okay.
Yeah, what you want just like people like you want people in their 40s, like
oh,
time travelers.
Look at this. This is
I mean, I love Mac. And
just
everything.
naked people rolling around the
What's with
mud.
the mud?
There. It's like Woodstock.
Yeah.
Looks like 99.
That guy, is that guy screaming or is that ecstasy?
I think he's in ecstasy because
Yeah.
some girls grabbing at him.
I'm not doing that.
I bet you like Limp
They
Bizkit
probably
is there.
Smell.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like all hippie shit, you know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I'm on
The
board.
Offspring.
I'm on board with peace. I am on board with peace.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out there.
You're just going to say that?
I'm gonna say it. I don't care what repercussions come of it. I'm on board with peace and nonviolence.
On board.
Let it
you
be
know.
known.
You like peace.
Call me whatever you want to call me, man. But I'm bold enough to say it. That being said, I will not go hang out with these smelly, trashy young kids.
They don't even look that young.
I don't know.
I mean, I have.
We're recording right now. This is all on the record.
We're what?
Yeah.
We're recording. This is all on the record.
I have central air.
Wow. Wow, Joe. Wow, you
that?
really brought.
Yeah.
It's something.
What was? Well, maybe we should mention Mac's last name. Do you know where he served or anything like that?
I don't know too much. I know it was in Nam.
Oh, he was in Nam? He
yeah.
was in the shit?
He was in the shit.
Mm.
Charlotte.
And one of my bands, the Grand Pantryman, has a record coming out, and we asked people for like song titles, and he suggested one, and it's going to be on the record.
No.
Yeah. This is a while ago, and like
What's it
we had no
called?
idea.
What is the song title?
The song is called "Everything I Touch Turns to Garbage and Shit."
Oh, I love Mac. He's
Yeah,
awesome.
he was
oh my
a-
God. I know that song. I love that
It's a
song.
good one. Yeah.
I'm
Wait, he suggested that long title?
Yeah.
And then you wrote a song backwards from the title?
Yeah.
That's the coolest. Is that how you wrote the whole album?
Most of the songs, yeah.
Has that ever been done before?
I don't know.
That is such a cool
Not
idea.
probably not not like the bulk of an album. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
That's definitely a what do you call it? Like a selling point. That's the pitch right there for that album.
Someone's driving around his car right now
Yeah.
that has no right to drive around his car.
I don't know.
Should we avenge his death?
It just seems weird to me that you guys would just run in and steal everything.
We were given these by the people that stole the car. We didn't steal. We didn't steal these.
You were given the stolen.
Well,
That's like when you buy something hot off a truck.
I believe that
You know what you're doing.
I believe that they were taking care of him towards the end, and
Okay.
maybe an agreement was made. I don't know. Either way,
We're gonna loot.
I didn't,
don't really know.
I didn't stick around long enough to find
I'm not
out.
sure if he was involved
I took
in
the
the
Bayonne
agreement.
Bridge photos and I ran.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're actually like
There are a lot
not
of
good
pictures of
pictures of the Bayonne Bridge too. They're not like very special.
They're like off centered and like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I appreciate what he did for our country, but I'm not gonna give him props for
It's not
this
impressive.
picture.
He's not getting a medal in photography.
No.
We've come full circle on that.
Yeah. But he's a good guy.
Oh,
Mac. That's a name, huh? MAC?
Mm-hmm.
Mac.
That's the name.
I don't know any Macs.
all right. So what do we got, Sal? What have we got up for discussion today? Let's get into the show here. I only have about 20 more minutes.
Oh, really? Shit, that went fast. All right, well, then let's just be selective. You pick the topic. All right, I have a couple things jotted down.
Okay.
I have a story about a time I slept through a robbery.
Okay.
My house got robbed and I slept through it. I have the first names that we all suggested for the tenderloins, which could be on a tenderloins podcast, but I have an apology letter my youngest sister wrote to me like 20 years ago when she was being a C.
I like this one. I like that the
I have
most.
that we could talk about some of the good Christmas gifts we got.
Right.
No.
I do want to remind people real quick though. March 7th, I believe, is the Gallagher show.
Oh, okay, right.
You guys are welcome to come to that. It's Gallagher's last Smash
Hurrah.
tour.
Wow.
It's his farewell tour. And we're going to see him in New Jersey, in Englewood, New Jersey on March 7th. We invite the listeners.
Right.
We have our tickets, and we're going to go to that. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh wow, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So I had those, and then I also, right before we started, you were telling me. Oh, I also have a really, 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 really horrible report my friend did in college that sounds like it's a second grader's report, and I think it's hysterical. And then right before we started, who was saying the alphabet?
I was.
Because someone just got pulled over that I know, and they asked him to do the alphabet backwards, and he could do it. And I just wanted, I couldn't do that right now.
I know. I'm certain that I could not do it, but Joe could.
I don't think I could.
He's a
We only
little
have
secret
20 minutes.
genius, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I could never do it. I just wanted to see if you guys ever had that happen to you. I just don't get how they could ask you to do that because no one could do it sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they expect you to do it. I think that they're watching the attempt.
Exactly.
Because if you just start going Z, Q, P, B, you know what I mean, then you're clearly a drunk asshole. But if you sit there and you be like, oh, shit, all right, Z, and then you start doing it backwards and you're processing logic to get it done.
Oh, is that what it
sense,
is?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, because I always thought that was really fucked up.
No, I think it's about the process, dude. I don't think
But if I was drunk and you asked me to say the alphabet,
right.
and I was drunk, I'd be like, A, B, Y.
Your voice always changes so much when you're drunk.
I don't know. Well,
What do you think?
are you done with your time? Well, I was going to let our guest pick.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
The letter intrigues me just because I also have a sibling, and Joe has a sister who used to be a C all the time, but she's an N now. She's nice.
She's a real end. Yeah.
She's a real N word. She's nice.
She's
now.
just the tops.
Yeah, she's great.
All right, so here we go. It's on green construction.
All right, which
paper.
sister is this?
This is I think it's.
He's stalling.
Well, let me read
stalling.
it.
What do you think? They didn't sign it?
I thought it was my youngest sister, but let me read it because who knows who it is. They're both.
Is there a
they both-
name? There's not a name at the end.
She didn't sign
It says
a name.
love.
No, let's read it. I think
Are you stalling because it's Jenna, and you don't want
to
us
say that it's Jenna?
Oh no! I don't know who it is. I thought it was Jenna off the top of my head, but then I just realized right now.
How do you know she was sincere about the apology? She didn't even sign her name.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just realized there's no name, so maybe there's something in the context that made me think
Okay,
it was
all right.
Jenna.
Let's read it.
I think it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember what she did?
No, I have a box of these from my sisters. Like every time they would make a card on construction paper and just be like, "Look, I know that I'm just horrible and I'm sorry."
Jesus.
Now, were they actually being horrible, or was it Sal Volcano's rules of life that they were
You
being
always give
horrible?
me that, but I think you really hit me over the head with that one. I think you exaggerate with
You
that.
think I exaggerate?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Sal.
It's like a running thing where like they say like I'm tough to deal with, and I don't apologize or I don't.
You don't have. You've never apologized. The Sal Volcano apology.
It's out now, right? That's not. It's not.
The Sal Volcano apology is telling you what you did wrong.
Right.
That's not true. I think that might have happened once between us, and he harbors that over me.
no.
Which, by the way, you admitted that is your own apology on Impractical Jokers in an interstitial.
Yeah.
You said you're king of the. I'm sorry that you're sorry, but that's true.
You all have that to a degree. Like all four of you guys have that sort of.
No. Come on.
I try and do that.
I'm the
but
only
I
one who
always
gets
end up
pegged for it.
apologizing.
I'm the only one who has a scarlet letter for it.
You have a way of turning arguments around on other people. You do. So let's see what this. And not only that, but in your family, there's this. It's not weird. It's actually very Staten Island. There's a male hierarchy in your family where it's like your dad's the king of the.
Oh, I gotta take my blood pressure medication. I'm not kidding. So it's that.
No, and I don't mean this as a joke or an insult. Like your family is set up very much, and like your father is the king of that castle. Remember when I kicked your sister, I had to call your dad and ask
Well, that
for
was
permission
your choice.
because of your dad and who he is, and
Right.
and your family. And then underneath him is you, and your sisters defer to you in a very
Yo, I mean, no, I'm the older brother.
Oldest brother.
yeah, but not a lot of people have that, even though there are older brothers.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying a bad thing, and I'm not making fun of you.
Right.
I'm just saying that is the way it is.
Well, I don't feel like it's like a caste system or anything.
I think it is.
Oh, I don't feel that way.
I kind of.
No.
Yeah?
I don't feel like
I think if you ask them, they would say differently.
That's on them.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
With such pithy, petty nonsense.
All right. Let's hear this letter.
Dear Sal, sorry when I said you're not my brother. This is on green construction paper. I didn't mean it that way. I meant it as you changed.
Wow. This is when you were acting like James Murray, right?
Yeah.
You changed.
Yeah, I was telling my stories about being insane. I don't know who you're hanging out with, but stop hanging out with them. I love you, but I understand if you don't love me.
Oh.
This is a total
man.
Sal apology.
It is.
She's turning it around.
I'm not putting on an act. I know you won't take my sorry. I love you. Page 2.
Construction.
Now this is where I remember this is heartbreaking. It's so sad. This is my little sister. I don't know what she did, but I don't know. You ready for this one? This is gonna be tough. I don't deserve to have a brother like you. I mean, you treat me so well, Hugh. I mean, you treat me so well, and what do you get in thanks? I guess she means in. I love and care about you. I know
You've made her feel that way.
She wrote here, all you do is treat me well.
Yeah.
You're turning this on me now. Come on, don't be self-serving for your story.
Don't give him the Sal treatment.
Yeah.
You have a way of letting people know that you're treating them well.
I love and care about you. I know I don't show it sometimes. I don't show it, but I do love and care about you. Sorry.
Wow.
It's not signed by anyone, so it could be anyone, actually.
It could literally be anyone.
Like it could be your
It could
dad.
be either sister.
It is. Can I?
Yeah.
Can we dissect it a bit? All right. Dear Sal, sorry when I said you're not my brother. Here's the apology, and then here's the qualifier. I didn't mean it in the way I meant it. You changed. I don't know who you hang out with, but stop hanging out with them. So what she's saying is you're still acting like an asshole. Like this, buried in this apology is the fact that you're an asshole.
Well, I don't know about
Very
that.
prescient for a young child.
Yes.
There's a date on it. December 4th, 2013.
You don't remember this incident?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm assuming this is at least at a minimum 20 years old,
Yeah.
if not more, probably more.
You kept it. You keep a lot of stuff.
Well, I was like, how do you throw that away?
Mm.
You know?
One day you'll be dead.
I'm not like an
people will be looting your
One day I'll be dead and someone will be reading that on another podcast. Not only did you take his stuff, but and this might be like a cool thing, or it also might be a complete invasion of privacy, or somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. But like we announced it to this will now be immortalized.
Yeah.
I think he would
internet.
appreciate it because I'm telling you, he had nobody to look after his stuff.
Right.
He left the world a solitary man, you know?
I'm going to make a will.
You should.
I'm going to make a will
Now's
because
the time,
I don't want my neighbors just running in like it's.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's more likely that like your family will do that without a will. I mean, he lived in a building where this just sounds like people are just running into his room, like grabbing stuff. Especially a hoarder. That seems crazy. He probably did the family a favor by getting a lot of stuff
how much
out.
stuff he had. It was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who took on that responsibility?
I mean, there's a lot of room in the station wagon that they stole. So
Did he pass away in the home?
I don't really know the details.
I
Nobody
wonder,
really knows.
Are you allowed to find out when you move into a place if someone has passed there?
I think that you can ask that.
I think it's a murder.
I'd want to know.
I think it's a crime.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have to tell.
Yeah.
Speaking of crime, that robbery, I'm curious.
The robbery, yeah.
Is there time for that?
You tell me, Q.
Yeah, we got. Well, let's see. It's 2:35. I probably have about 15 more minutes.
Okay.
Do we have to set
Why
up?
don't you guys?
Do we have to set up
We
the
can talk about the robbery another time. Why don't you
B
guys?
squad?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
because-
have to do that.
The B Squad? Oh, yeah.
We could do the robbery another
Well,
time.
you guys also don't have to stop when I leave if you want to keep going.
That's true.
That's the option too.
Okay. Well, I don't know I don't know how to work it.
I know how to work it.
You hit stop when we're done?
Yeah, you just hit stop.
All right.
And then I'll come back when the
Let me just
before
write
it's
that
over.
down. Hold on. Hit stop.
All right, so that'd be good. You guys continue without me. In fact, that's
upon
right.
Completion.
Just hit that
Okay.
red stop button.
Okay.
But I want you to be here for the B Squad stuff.
Well, I figured we could intro it now.
Okay.
Yeah?
we don't have to go on. Let's
we
see how
should.
we all feel.
Yeah, we'll see how we feel.
And we'll vote.
Because if you want to tell the story to us,
I'm kidding.
separate
I'd rather have you guys add some stuff. But okay, so we have a plan. Actually.
We have a plan.
Yeah.
And the plan is that we're committed to getting this podcast out every week. And we've been doing a great job. We took a week off for Christmas, but that was a planned break. That
I was
wasn't
playing. Yeah.
laziness. That wasn't, we're just not going to do it. It was the fucking holidays. I was sick, so we did it. We do want to get an episode of this out every week. So we were sitting around and we said to ourselves, hey man, what if we had a backup team for weeks that we can't do it? Right?
B Squad.
A B squad.
That's right.
And then that's when we turned to Casey and Joe, who are brilliant writers on the show. And you guys like the idea.
yeah,
Yes.
we like it. The junior varsity.
Yeah.
The junior varsity squad.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we ever cannot, for some reason, fulfill our duties
Right.
as podcast hosts,
Right.
then Joe and Casey
Step in.
will step in
Right.
and do that week for us.
That's right.
Yeah, which we're not saying it's going to be all the time.
No.
Our
No.
plan is to systematically poison you.
Right.
Take over your podcast. I do wonder if I hope your listeners like that idea. I hope they like us.
Yeah.
Well, if they don't,
Right, go
they
go
fuck
fuck
themselves.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
of course.
yeah.
Well, this is it, boys. This is your opportunity to win them over.
You're right. I mean, you guys have been doing this 9 years more than us.
Well, they already kind of like you, Casey, because you do the intro. We hear it a lot all the time. Who does
yeah.
the song? You've been a part of the podcast from the beginning.
You've been on the show.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah,
Jokers.
you've been on. I think you're fairly well known.
Joe, you've been on the show too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a couple times.
Yeah, that's right.
that's right.
Joe is Pittsburgh.
That's right.
And Joe and Casey were also recently with one of our other exec producers, Eric Liederman. Murray had a punishment where we took control of his computer. They called him on Skype shirtless and asked him when are they going to party. And I think Murray said that he had a is it scuba diving?
Scuba? Yeah, I think it was
maybe.
diving.
He counteracted and said, I'm going to go diving with my friends. That's why they're shirtless. And then you guys called back and said, no,
We're not diving.
diving.
People like that. My dad was just like, "You were funny in that bit."
Yeah.
Parental approval is very important to you. Is that not right, Casey?
Oh, I mean,
Because you have a big problem on your hands, right?
a big problem, an older problem. No,
You do. You have a big problem, right? Like in terms of parental approval and like gaining love from your parents.
It's. I wouldn't
Right?
say that. I wouldn't. They'll always love me, no matter what I am.
He's parroting back the line they said to him.
Because
Like, we'll always love you.
right. Because you are you have the noted UCB improv group Good Girl.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, they're great.
You are the head, I don't know what head writer.
We should clarify too, like, because a lot of times when I say writer, we got to write tonight. We're writing a show, or this is one of our writers. People confuse writers with scripted in the bad sense, which is to say that when someone says a reality show is scripted, it has this like connotation that it's fake. And most reality shows are.
Sure.
When we say writer and scripted, we mean that we have to come up with all the bits that you see, the ideas of the bits, and then when we film the bit, we do go to the set prepared with jokes, lines, ideas as a jumping off point. We use them. We also improvise, but you have to. We have to.
Yeah.
It's very expensive to film. A lot of stuff is involved, so you can't get there. And film 5 days a week for 3 years and just hope something comes to you.
Right.
That being said, we have an improv background. We all do.
Yeah.
And sometimes Casey will leave me on set and Joe on set. And most of what you see, it ends up probably being about half and half, something like that. We'll pick something and do it in the moment. But then sometimes we refer to stuff that we've still written ourselves. And then if Q writes something, he might want to give to me. I don't see it.
Right.
So it's that whole thing.
In fact, we are considered technically producers. We're like comedy producers, which is more kind of, we're kind of like coming up with, let's say we come up with a bit, like the sunglasses bit. We're producing this idea that, that you guys can then flourish in. Usually it's like just a thing, like here's like this little alley-oop and you guys always kind of slam dunk it. So it's usually, it all goes through your voice. You know what I mean? And often I'll try to write like, what's something that Q would say? What's something that, but it's inspired by you guys.
And when we do the, like when we do presentations, all those are, obviously those are written. So that's another element of it. So,
yeah.
But go ahead, continue with what you were saying.
Oh, right. So Casey, head writer, lead comedy producer on Impractical Jokers. I mean, he's in the Less Vinyl, which is a great band. A lot of things for parents to be proud of.
But none of those things are Saturday Night Live.
Unfortunately, your brother Colin Jost, who is a very handsome man.
Oh,
he's dapper.
Dapper.
He's dapper too. You got dapper jeans.
Yeah, here you are. But is the head writer?
It's not even the writer.
He's
not the senior comedy producer.
He's the head writer for Saturday Night Live. And that has caused you some problems at home, right?
No,
it's. I love how you do that.
It's interesting. It's never like caused any problems. In fact, it's like it's interesting because he just has this like set job that's like everyone knows of it. You know what I mean? Not that people don't know Impractical Jokers. Sure. A lot of people are like, you have a great job too.
No. It's not your parents.
No, my parents. They want me to. The funny thing is, they want me to do more stuff on camera. They've always believed in me as like an on-camera guy, and me too. I mean, I got into writing because I had to write for myself.
You've been doing a lot of stuff on camera.
Yeah.
You've been doing the commercials and stuff, and like you're like a go-to Comedy Central like host or correspondent or whatever it is.
Yeah, little things like I did a bunch of like branded content spots for Comedy Central, which is super fun. I prefer that to writing.
Sure,
but in fact, the best show in my opinion to write for is the show. It's the most unique. I'm not I like doing sketch, but this is for this show. It's a specific thing that I think I've done okay. I've lasted this long, and it's fun to write for. But I mean, that being said, if SNL was like, "Come right here," I'd be like, "Peace out." No. Just because
they already have one Jost over there. They probably don't need to.
He's doing great.
He's doing a great. I mean, he's killing it. Okay. He's killing it.
That being said, they haven't seen me yet at SNL, so if you don't know, I could even be better than the head writer right now.
Who was the head writer before him?
Seth Meyers.
Oh, okay, all right. So he's
Seth Meyers.
And who was the head writer before him?
Tina Fey.
Oh wow. Okay, all
right. He's in pretty good company. Hey, where'd your brother go to college?
Harvard.
Okay. What's that famous Harvard paper?
The Lampoon.
Oh, the Lampoon. Was he part of that?
He was a president.
Right.
The funny thing, it's not even that, like, I'm not even at that level. It's not, my parents aren't, like, worried in that sense. They're worried, like, your job now, you don't get benefits and you don't have, like, a 401k.
Yeah.
So
they'd
they'd prefer me to be, like, a fireman. Like, more so, my dad is more like, go for it, you're doing great, to be honest. And my mom is, too. But my mom also comes from a background. My grandfather's a fireman. She works for the fire department. Right. There's like a lot of that in my family, and they're like, "That's the job. That's the job."
She's right, by the way. She's not wrong.
Right. I mean, it's not right for everybody. My grandpa is also like, when I was working on this show, like a few months ago, or actually, I think it was when I was actually writing for Fallon. My grandpa gave me a newspaper, The Chief. You know that paper?
Sure. The Chief is it's a civil service newspaper here in New York City. It might even be national, but it's definitely New York City.
So, yeah.
Where they list jobs, like sanitation has their test and everybody, and they give you news on that.
So I have a pretty good job at that point, and he gives me a copy of the Chief, and he says, "Hey, they're looking for bridge painters. It's a city job with benefits."
Well, that's how old school thought.
But a bridge painter?
But that's a.
They make a lot of money.
I know. I'm sure they do. That's great. But like when you're already in a position, I'm going to get so much backlash from bridge painters right now.
Oh, you look out because you know those.
Because the Bayonne Bridge people are already listening.
Right. But it's a trade. It's a trade.
It's a trade. Right. I think like a fireman is like a calling. To be like, I could be a fireman, I could be a cop, is not right. You know what I mean? I can't. In my mind, I was never built for that. So I don't want to be like, oh, anyone could do that, because they can't.
You just don't want to burn those bridges.
That's right.
There it is.
That's something.
Nice.
There it is,
That's
Joe.
Wow.
Just more of that.
And,
More of
and
that.
are they handing the chief to Colin?
No.
No.
Your parents are very cool, though.
Oh, they're
I love
cool.
your
Your
parents.
parents are amazing.
I
They're the
talk to your
best.
dad all the time.
They're the best.
He like every time I see him, we have like our own little conversations. So, he's a fun guy. Funny thing that happened with him is he's a teacher
Yeah.
at a pretty prestigious
Yeah.
school.
Staten Island Tech.
Yeah. And you made us. They have this sing competition.
Uh-huh.
And every year, your dad recruits, usually Colin, to get some public figure, a celebrity or comedian, to
Andy
announce the
Samberg.
winners. Like,
Yeah.
who's done it?
Andy Samberg,
Right.
Ingrid Michaelson.
Right. And they say the winner, and he tapes it, and they show it, and the crowd goes nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So you very kindly asked us to make that announcement.
He asked me to go.
Oh, he asked. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we put this whole video together. You edited it and everything like
Right.
that, right? And then I was in a supermarket shopping, and a kid came up to me and he goes, "Oh, Sal, he works there." And when I come in, he's like, "Sal, what's up?" Blah, blah. He's like, "Oh, I heard what happened at Staten Island Tech."
And I didn't know this when you told me this.
I don't know this.
And he goes, I go, "What do you mean? What happened?" He goes, "Oh, you like it was a buzz. It was like a rumor going around that you guys did this year's because it's a big thing.
Right.
Like the whole school is there. It's like an assembly, and it gets announced. And there's it's like out of a high school movie. Like everyone's cheering.
Yeah.
And he goes, they brought the video up, and there was a rumor it was going to be you guys." And Casey's dad did everything, and they go. The screen came up, and it was like you saw your photo, it was before press play.
Right.
So it was the image of you guys, and everyone went absolutely nuts. And then the whole thing just broke, and nothing worked. He couldn't get it to play. They said he couldn't. They said they were trying all these different things, and they couldn't get it to work. They couldn't get it to play. So then he just had to announce the winner without picture.
It's pretty good.
Oh man.
That's my dad's got a lot to live up to from year after year. It's almost like the Casey Jost.
Because he works at Staten Island Tech.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That the fact that a tech problem happened, they had
and he's the computer.
they're like, can anyone troubleshoot this?
Did he get any,
Every student?
Did he ever get to work? Did they
Yeah,
ever
I think
see it? Did they ever see it?
I think they sent it out to everyone. I think they did a thing where they either put it online or something, and then they showed everyone in a different way. It was like, sorry, but here it is. And it was cool because it had behind the scenes footage stuff. We were shooting at Fairway, and it was like we you guys were just being funny off the cuff. Like you were giving a little tour of things. It was it was cool. You mentioned that you guys went to Farrell, and yet Joe was like, I never got into tech.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Okay,
that's
stuff
cool.
like that was good.
So these are the guys that are going to be our trusted varsity junior JV
And
team.
we would not ask someone if we didn't have full faith.
Yeah. I mean, look at Joe's eyebrow. It's
Yeah, can we talk about
Listeners,
your
can
eyebrow?
we look at this? Yeah, go ahead. Ask away.
Google Joe, and then
What's
you'll
your
see.
Twitter tags? What did you guys give them?
At SI_badboy.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
They tell you it's Staten Island bad boy.
at Casey Jost. So
At not Colin Joe.
the not real Colin Jost.
So yeah, tell him. I know because I'm your friend.
Well, yes, I have my eyebrow's white. There's a white streak through it.
It's like a Disney villain.
It's the coolest thing. I mean, if you meet him once, you know who he is forever.
Yeah.
Right.
That's incredible.
Part of
ability.
your left eyebrow and your entirety
My
of your
eyelashes.
eyelashes is white. You used to dye that as a rumor around set.
Yes, in high school I dyed it because I wasn't quite comfortable with it at Farrell. But it's true.
So
But in college I let down my hair. you know?
Yeah.
So no one knew in high school. No one knew.
I guess
How do you dye your eyelashes?
it was a process. I had to go to Salon Vis-a-Vis on Highland Boulevard.
No.
Yeah.
You went in there and dyed my eyelash.
and you'd sit in a room for 40 minutes.
No, you wouldn't.
with
40 minutes?
40 minutes with new age music playing in the background. It's like a dark room, and
And you were 15.
yeah.
You're in a salon. Okay.
Wow.
Vis-a-vis
So go ahead.
still there, and so yeah, I used to dye it.
Still
there.
And then presumably maybe a woman or a guy.
Utah, yeah.
Utah?
Utah.
Utah?
Yeah, Utah.
Would you get your hair cut too, or just the eye job?
Yeah, I'll get the haircut. The whole
Oh,
thing.
so it's like when you go to the counter
day.
with just condoms, you always get other things.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Did not need a
ashamed of the
haircut.
condoms.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're
yeah.
I need a full body massage, a haircut, a manicure. I know. Yeah, just take care of this laundry.
Yeah, that's it.
And what did they do? Did they match it? Did they ever mess up and give you an off color?
No, I don't think so. That we had my dye job down.
talk about the time that you're like Bob Barker, basically.
Is that
He
what
dyed it for like 20 years, and then he was like, just let it go white.
Wait, his hair?
Didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was white way before he let it go white. Oh, yeah. So talk about the moment you realized that you were going to let it... Wait, eyebrows don't grow. So you only had to dye it once?
I guess they do. No, because it would only last for like...
Wait. I have to go. I have to go get this fucking infected tooth pulled out.
Okay.
But this is good that you guys are here because you guys are going to continue the episode. Keep going.
Sure.
Break them in, Sal. Get the audience used to them.
You got it.
As your body continues to fall apart, we'll be here.
That's right. As you guys could loot my life right now and continue my podcast without me. Thank you, everybody, for listening to What Say You. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
We'll give the proper sign-off.
Yes. And
good luck with your tooth.
Thanks, guys. And see you guys next week. And don't forget to vote. Please vote. Please vote. Okay.
Bye, Q.
Bye, guys.
So, Joe, talk to us more about why and when you decided to stop dyeing your eyelash and eyebrow.
Well, it was I'll let you know that it was very simple. I was going to school in Binghamton, 3 hours away, and I could no longer go to Visa to dye it. So the problem kind of took care of itself.
So this wasn't like an internal thing where you're like, I'm ready to accept.
I mean, to a degree, it was like, well, fuck it, like.
Yeah, but that's also a big moment too, because it's just like when you go to high school for the first time.
Right.
You'd like to think, we know that college brings more of a maturity than high school does.
Yeah.
High school is, you always hear like high school, oh, I was tortured in high school, I was popular in high school,
And I actually had a great time in high school. Just
Right.
some kids would give me a hard time with it.
Right.
And it just seemed like, easier.
When you hear the relentless bullying stories, it's always high school. Then you go to college and everyone's just like learning about like,
Yeah, like
Pink Floyd and everyone's like, oh, cool, and smoking weed. And all of a sudden that becomes the opposite.
Right.
Your eyebrow becomes a plus.
Yes, it definitely became a plus. I feel I've known him since high school, like his freshman year. I've known him since, and I'm a year older. But I remember who he was then. Even just if you look at pictures of like what he looked like then, from like year to year, it looks completely different. I mean, it stopped changing when you were like 20 or something.
Right.
Oh, so it was a gradual. It got more and more.
No, I mean his body changed, and then
So it kind of wears it differently.
yeah, he wears it a lot differently. Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, all right. So did you have any reservation, or you were just like, fuck it?
I probably a little bit. I don't really remember my thought process. I think it just kind of happened,
And you just like rolled up into college. You were like, I'm here.
I mean, even in college, I had it dyed towards the beginning probably, and then it just, the dye job wears off.
Did the eyebrow ever get you any like action?
I can't say it doesn't hurt. I mean, I can't say that it's hurt. It probably helped. I don't know. I don't think anyone specifically. I noticed that at Waldbaum's, the cashiers seem to love it. Like they specifically.
Like, what do you mean they?
The cashiers. What?
All bounds? Like only wall
Seems to
bounds?
be. I'm
Like
not,
that's your market?
That's the chain that happens the most at. Is it Waldbaum's? Yeah.
Waldbaums.
Waldbaum's.
Waldbaums is definitely.
Wait.
your hot
Obviously,
spot.
you mean the Waldbaums that you frequent to go grocery shopping.
Which is several. So
There's
Wait.
I'm not joking.
What I thought you initially meant when you started to say it was that you go to a Waldbaum's. Like
no,
that's just
specifically several of the Waldbaum's.
okay. I thought you meant you go to one that's your neighborhood one, and there's a cashier that has commented on it, or that you can tell is flirty, or just that likes it. But you're telling me multiple cashiers across multiple Waldbaum's have
Frequently. Yeah, they mention it. They love it.
Really?
Yeah. And I find a lot of African Americans love it.
Oh, really?
They love the shit out of it.
That's
Really?
a stereotype, though. You're perpetuating a stereotype that
Black
African American black people like white things.
No, but they just say like, "Yo, that's hot." Wait, hold on.
Oh wait, hold on.
Wait, what stereotype are you just perpetuating? Like, immediately it's like, yo.
Yeah. All the time. Black people are always like,
Oh, that crazy eyebrow!
They say, they say it like it's slang, I guess. So they say it's hot, and they ask how I do it if it's natural.
with a PH.
Yeah, with a hot.
Oh, there's some people that think you're cultivating
They
that
think
look.
it's affected, but it's not.
Yeah.
Ah.
I've gotten that with my gray hair. People
Yeah.
think that I dye it.
You do. You have the
Great.
perfect amount of salt
nice
and
salt
pepper.
and peps.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you really wear that well.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm always torn on it because it's like, but like I say this like, oh, it's like it's not my choosing. Like I have no choice.
Let's tell them you have a decent amount of gray hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't mean a few strands. Like, the sides are basically as much gray as they are dark.
Right.
And in the top, you have a pretty decent mix. I'd say 10% gray.
And this part, no, actually, this part here is dyed brown. I had to do some like MTV thing, and they made me dye it brown. But this is so long ago that it's grown out. So it's weird. Right here, it's like half gray, and then half brown.
When you're at your full gray, you see it running through your whole head.
Yeah.
But it's really cool, actually.
I'm hoping I actually want it to go more white now. Like I want it to go all the way white. Like you remember we were talking about Bob Barker. Like I wouldn't want to dye it.
Your dad has
a brown hair.
Brown hair.
My grandpa is white.
Okay.
And my uncle has like kind of similar.
Wow.
You want to know something funny about Vis-a-Vis?
Yeah.
So there's a haircutting place that me and my dad and my brother used to go to growing up called Charisma. And we knew the guy there, and it was always there. That place closed, and this other place called Pretty Woman opened up. Right? So recently I passed it, and I asked my dad, like, oh, Charisma closed. Like, where do you get your haircut now? And he like kind of like smirked in like embarrassed way. And I was like, no, you go to Pretty Woman?
That's good.
And I'm like, I'm like, what about Grandpa? Where does he go? And he was like, Pretty Woman. I'm like, you and Grandpa roll up at Pretty Woman? Pretty Woman?
That's great.
I mean, you'd think that they wouldn't, like, if they're accepting if they do male haircuts.
Right.
Why would they name it that? You're really affecting it. Like, put anyone driving by, anyone looking online in the Yellow Pages, how you look up a haircutting place, they're immediately not going to go to Pretty Woman.
No. Any man. Most men would not.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, not even for the fact that, I don't want to go because I don't want to go to a place.
It just implies that their specialty is women. And
exactly right. Yeah, that's a stupid business choice on their part. Well, what does that have to do with Vis-a-Vis?
It's just like
talking about salons.
he went to like this like
salon.
girly salon. Right. But I guess the one that I went to growing up was called Charisma, which isn't these Staten Island salons are ridiculous.
I tell you what, I went to one from like 18 to probably like 30.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a salon, Avanti on Highland Boulevard. Yeah, and then I started shaving my head with a buzzer. And all you have to do is turn on the buzzer and put it against your head. And I did it myself. And I did that for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm. In Staten Island, you have 3 choices of haircutting places. Salon, like the most girly, kind of like perfume smelling salon. 2, the most thugged out, tough guy place, which also sucks. It's almost more embarrassing to go in because if you're not that.
The master cuts.
Yeah. There's so many times in high school that they would just give me those pics. That you don't even ask for it.
I've seen those pictures of you, and I was always like, man, that was a bold you got like the Caesar with like the things here, and it just looks so not good on you. Like this haircut you have now, you have magical hair.
Thank you.
You do, because when you go like this, you don't put product in it, right?
I do.
Oh, you do.
There's like some. I mean,
I always wondered how it sticks
pomade.
straight up like that.
It's part of it is just it's the thick. It's like really thick, dense hair. But another part is just I have like a little bit of pomade that is put in because otherwise it falls like pin straight. You know what I mean?
Right, like the photos I've seen from high school and college.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, can we put up a photo of you so they know what we're talking about on the
go on my Instagram. I like to post pictures a lot. Go on my Instagram. I have like through the years at certain points.
What's your Instagram?
Oh, at Casey Jost or whatever Instagram Casey Jost.
We'll see if we can throw one up on our website.
I get my roommate cuts my hair. Another Foul grad, Danny,
yes.
And it's pretty convenient. Yeah. He's right there.
Oh, that is really good.
I used to live with him in college, Danny, and he used to cut my hair.
Cut everybody's hair, right?
Yeah.
No training he has, right?
No training.
Just very
in anything, and he's like a master at everything.
Yeah.
Because back when I was when I was like done with shaving my head, I was like, all right, I'm going to let it grow out again. Came time for my first haircut again after all those years. And I didn't know who to go to. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
And the 2 choices were Danny and then our friend Justine. And Justine worked at a salon, and I just went to the salon. She's been doing it since. But I've always said Danny owes me a haircut because I want to see what he can do.
You can go down that path.
He's good. Yeah. He cut my hair for years. I never paid for a haircut for years and years. And then when I moved out, I started
for free. You got free cuts.
Yeah.
We were in a band together.
Yeah,
right.
He was the lead singer of Paragraph, and he's the singer of Sofa Club.
Right.
You check that out, people.
Yeah, just play. I mean, we have very, very talented, creative friends. All right. So what else you guys want to talk about? What do we got? What's the time on that?
We got about 11 minutes.
11. All right. Let's do a couple more things.
Should we do something anti-Q?
Well, yeah, this is all on.
I
So
know.
we got to edit it out. It's not.
But should we talk about Q just fucking lambasted me about my brother? I should at least get him back in some way,
You said.
even if it's not now.
He likes to give you the business about your brother. There is no tension. There's
No, not at
real
all.
tension at all.
Of course.
Right.
But when it becomes like in like a public forum like this, there needs to be some retaliation.
Well, I mean, listen, you have a cueless
Yeah.
open mic right now for 10 minutes.
Maybe I wait until the first junior varsity and I think of something real good for the first junior varsity podcast, which is me and Joe.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. It'll be like a coup.
A coup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should
des
be.
pods.
Oh, you know what I do? I know what I'm doing. I know what it is, and the viewers are going to be happy about it.
Well, don't
can't
say
wait.
it because Q might listen to this.
I know. I want him to listen to this.
Oh, okay.
I want him to hear this because I have an idea for when the first time that we do get to do the podcast for them. I have a real good surprise.
You could do. You don't have to wait. If you want to get one just out of the way,
Sure.
You don't have to wait until we can't do one.
Right, just have it in
Do
the
one,
sleeve.
and we'll put it
Yeah.
We'll put it tack it on the end of ours.
Okay.
So it's like a bonus pod. I think that's actually a better idea for you guys to do a couple here or there, even if we haven't, and we could bank them, or we could just put it on ours so people just get can get acclimated with you guys.
Accustomed to
Yeah.
Now, I was thinking about like a funny story that for us, like the times that we've been like drunk at Cargo or something like that.
Right.
Oh, I shouldn't. Are you not allowed to say the bar name?
No, it's okay. Doesn't even exist.
When Sal used to bartend, first of all, he's my bartender.
Right.
I'll never let him not be that. Even though you're my boss, you're my employer, technically.
Well, I remember your thing that you did to me, and the first time you did it for real.
I don't know how it happened.
We, because of Casey's bro, we were at like an SNL
After party. Yeah.
after party, and over the years we come to like Casey's come to know all those guys and everything, and we would go hang out she introduced us and stuff, and you literally like we were hanging out and like Will Forte comes over, and you with no irony at all. He goes, "Oh, Will, how you doing? Good to see you." And when they start talking, I'm like, "I'm there." He goes, "Oh, Will, this is my bartender, Sal."
No, we've been friends for years.
We've been friends. Like I'm his friend. Like,
Right.
And who has a bartender that they just take around?
travel with. like in case you
That's
needed
savage
something there. Like I would mix up. And like he was like, "Oh, hey, Sal." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm also his friend." Like I know, like,
I'm a comedian. Like all these other things I could have said.
and you didn't. And you were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that." And then every time we've ever met Will, like we've hung out with Will again after that, like it's been like few and far between.
Right.
Like, and so she meets a million people who already don't remember me, and Casey would reintroduce me as his
bartender.
bartender every time.
Yeah, he came on mid evenings once, and we did another thing.
We do another show, just to give it a little context. We all work on another show, a cable access show here out of New York, called Mid Evenings with Jay Miller. Jay Miller being our friend and also another writer on Impractical Jokers, and it's like a late night talk show type of thing.
Yeah.
And Will was on that. He might remember me from that. We did a bit like.
But also for the bartender thing, I love telling people this. When Sal was a bartender there, years and years ago, I ran up the biggest tab. I just there were times that like the two things would happen. I'd fall asleep at the bar without a car, and like Sal would like drive me home. I'd be like, I'm heading out soon. He's like, no, hang out. I'm going to close up soon. I'll give you a ride. I'll be like, all right. So I'd just hang out, and then also ultimately just like fall asleep. I'd like stop drinking and just like fall asleep at the bar. He'd wake me up and drive me home. And then also, so sometimes when that would happen, he would just close out without having me pay.
Right.
And then also sometimes I got too comfortable with that. And there were times you saw me waving goodbye. There's like 2 to 3 drinks on the list.
It came to a point where you would come in, drink, eat, and then just wave goodbye. Like wave goodbye and walk out.
Not even because there were times that I'd come and like drink or like get a few drinks, and you'd be like, "I got you, man." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like especially as we're becoming friends, you're like, "No, I got you. Drinks with me." And of course, I got to leave like just the tip, the tip, like a nice tip that would be like, "Thank you." And then that happened a bunch, but then after a while, it'd just be like, I would just assume it.
When we became like best friends,
Right.
and it was just like, and then I always just like text you, like I used to give you shit,
Yeah.
but then he used to come in and just come behind the bar and start serving himself
And people.
and then like I would be like, if you're gonna be behind the bar, then start working, and then he would start like you literally started like bartending.
I remember that. You used to
And then
bartend
you
here
guys
and
would
there.
do the same thing. He would go like the kitchen would close at 2, and then after from 2 on, it would always be a shit show.
Oh, yeah.
Like it would be like
Yeah.
all of us, whatever, anything goes. Like people played what they wanted to play, did what they wanted to do. I let people order food. It was just crazy. Like sometimes we would lock the door.
Right,
after hours and like literally party till like 6, 7
fun,
minutes.
man.
Those were when I was young. But anyway, he used to be like, I'm gonna go in the back and fix myself some food. And then like he used to take people like you all did. Like all of you used to like
Yeah,
like, all right, what
I
do you
think I
got in
was
the
so
back?
brazen. I wish I was now.
What do you got in the back? We're really hungry. And I either take you back there, I'd either go back there and make a plate for you.
Right.
Or you would go back there and literally just come out with food.
Oh, man.
That's
Just
right.
eating food. I would do that. Let me tell you something, man. I drove my friend Carl home every single night, and I drove like anybody who was on the staff working that night. We all lived in the same hood of the place. I drove them home. So I drove 2 to 3 people home a night. Then whichever friend that was drunk or needed a ride at the end of the night.
Right.
For 8 years.
Wow.
Like 3 to 4 times a week, I would close at 4 in the morning, and then I would literally drive 5 people home before I went home.
Wow.
I'm just patting myself on the back.
No,
That's
no,
very
it's-
cool.
Just a little bit.
that you cultivated that whole community, that whole like
Well, I was part of it.
you're a part of it, but you were. I mean, that you're like a point person because you'd make awesome events. You know, the prom was all yours, and like you'd book the bands. You did jazz night, which was huge.
Yes.
And Sal sometimes would go to jazz clubs by himself.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I love jazz, man.
I love jazz.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, in college, though, I went to St. John's and it's on Staten Island. Nobody was down with it.
Yeah.
Like, so.
But it was a good date.
That's-
He'd be like, it was a good date spot, and sometimes I'd go by myself.
I did.
He told me that.
I did. I know. We better laugh at that.
Yeah.
I would go. Like, I don't mind going to eat, going to the movies by myself. I don't mind that shit. But no one would go. So I would just go to these jazz clubs in the city alone,
Right.
and I would just hang out there.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
a
wanna
pet
do that.
cat. It's cool.
cat.
It's cool. You know, you yourself. You know,
Right.
Cool
Was it-
is being yourself.
Was it because of like the swingers era? Like, you know,
No, I love jazz way before that. Since I'm a kid.
yeah.
Since I'm a little kid, but then swingers like had an effect on me too. That whole revival, helped me get into it a little bit more. I went to swing dance lessons.
Cherry popping.
You did?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I did.
Did you like you liked all the jazz? You like jazz, swing, bebop, rocksteady?
No, I don't like all jazz. No, I don't like that. I don't like some jazz, and I don't like contemporary jazz or smooth jazz at all.
Right.
But so now that's everything about me and jazz.
Joe's one of the best musicians I've ever known. He's good at it. He could nail anything.
That is true. You don't get into 8 bands by being.
But he's the bass player,
Persistence.
so I feel like he doesn't always get all the credit. But he's singing and playing bass in the Grand Pantryman, who wrote that song. Everything I
Everything I
touched
touched
turns.
turns to
I
garbage and
watched
shit.
the video to something you just sang.
The Human Cigarette. Yeah.
Yes, I watched
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Yeah, that band is great.
Very
That band is something really special. I like all the bands, but that one's my favorite.
Thanks, man.
What did we have? We had a line on the show this year where I think I made Q say it, and I don't remember the context, but the line was
Oh, Mango Pulp?
no jazz.
Oh.
I would my friend in grammar school, Jazz, had all the best candies. I would touch his jeans and he would give me some.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a really good one.
That was the line. I don't know what it was for, but Q definitely has told some guy, "Hey, my friend Jazz."
No, I think, did I write this?
No, I think 'cause we
You wrote
talked about it. I sent it to you, and I was like, "Look
That's
at this." And it's my friend back in grammar school. My friend Jazz had all the best candies.
Yeah.
I would touch his jeans, and he would give me some.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
I love it.
I love Jazz. I love the best candies.
His name was Jazz.
Yeah.
He had the best candies. There are other people who had candies, but Jazz had the best
Always had
candies.
the best
And you'd have to touch his jeans, which is sexual, but like it's not because of how weird it sounds.
Right.
No one calls it that.
I hope that makes it.
Yeah.
But how long we got? Because I got to make this call.
We got a minute and 35 seconds.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh shit. Really?
Yeah, just
Okay, I got to make this call. We call someone at the end of every podcast.
All right.
You guys know an area code?
7-1. Let's do Staten Island.
Okay, let's just do it in the sake of
Yeah.
6 or 7.
718-667-1667.
I don't know.
That's
No, we
usually-
want to make sure we have it. So let's do 718,
Uh-huh.
New York, Staten Island. And I will just dial any number that comes to mind. And if they come on, we're going to have to extend this and we're going to have to talk to them. Please
Ringing.
come on. Yeah, that doesn't mean...
Again.
Dialed is not in service.
God damn it! We can never get through to anyone.
I love that recording, though. That's been around forever.
I mean, we're talking like 15 times now. All right. Well, that was this week's episode of What Say You. Thank you to Casey Jost. Thank you to Joe and Bergio. Don't forget to vote for us for the Stitcher Awards if you can. Check whatsayyoupodcast.com and our Twitter feed. We'll give the links to vote. We will give all the pictures we mentioned during this week's episode. Follow those guys on Twitter. New episode of Impractical Joker starts tonight. If this goes out tonight, It's on tonight. And we all start touring again for live dates and everything else. Check the tenderloins.com. And Casey, take us out.
I heard that Rome wasn't built in a day. Then how come everyone is rushing to get ahead? And if I seem to be reserved, that's just my way. Your questions seem like you're interrogating me. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. Okay. Here we go. I heard the lemon metaphor 4 million times. And I don't stand for lemonade, don't ask me why. And would a beverage stand be a job that be desired? And where would I get the wood, and should I try? Should I try? Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a 65. Yeah, I try. Yeah. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I might as well just... I heard the currency don't grow like leaves on trees. Then how come my money comes and goes so seasonally? And I wish farmers planted plants instead of thieves. My friend pays a ton of green for greener groceries. Yeah, she tries. Then again, she don't try. She gets an F for effort. She'll plant a tree next time. Yeah, she tries. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a 65. Yeah, I try.